A first-of-its-kind research project's underway in Elliot Bay to study the health of kelp forests in urban areas. The effort's a collaboration between the Port of Seattle and the aquarium. King 5's Angelique Cockday is live on Seattle's waterfront. And Angelique, you were there for the first day of this study and you spoke with researchers. What's their goal? Why is it so important to learn about kelp?
Yeah, Mimi, good morning. So the goal is to learn more about how kelp grows. Now, thousands of people walk along these waterfronts every day. They may not notice this, a slimy brown-like algae. It may not seem like much, but scientists say it's critical to the health of Puget Sound waters.
Downtown Seattle is home to the Seahawks, Pike Place Market, and more than 90,000 residents. But take a dive into the water below it.
And why in such an urban environment we can get something this special.
And it's also home to thousands of species, including the largest brown algae, bull kelp.
It provides a bit of protection from predators, and so they tuck into kelp. So it's a really, really important nursery.
And it's important to fighting climate change too, says Port of Seattle Commissioner Fred Felleman, sequestering carbon 20 times more than a forest on land.
So it's really quite an extraordinary organism that is critical.
But according to Seattle aquarium researcher Zachary Randell,
we've seen widespread loss across parts of Puget Sound.
By 62% since the 1870s, Zachary points to rising water temperatures, pollution, and lack of habitat availability as potential reasons. So why, at a time when kelp is facing declining populations, is it thriving in a developed waterfront like Elliot Bay?
A lot of this is muddy, silty substrate that kelp typically doesn't grow in.
One theory is that bull kelp likes hard substrates, so anything artificial or man-made could be what's helping the kelp grow.
The potential for artificial reefs putting out some sort of structure.
But to find out, Zachary is using a blue ROV-2, an underwater drone that can sweep the seafloor 330 feet below the surface, taking photographs and video that he and his team will use to study and collect data.
How many of these species there are and where they are, so we can understand the health of the ecosystem.
With bull kelp being used to make arts and crafts, food products, and even musical instruments. What happens offshore
From kelp to killer whales, that's what makes Puget Sound great.
impacts us all.
Now, while the study officially kicked off last week, their plan is to cover as much seafloor as possible, with findings from the study being released sometime early next year. For now, reporting live in Seattle, Angelique Cockday, King 5 News.